Hello everyone and welcome back to Boulder Cove. This is episode 18 and today we're gonna work on a small town right across the or right next to the freeway, and we're gonna take a look at some other buildings that has that came with the DLC. It's probably one of the buildings that most people forget, I think, when it comes to what's new. But it is the Eldercare Center, I think it's called, and the Child Healthcare Center, which basically they are like two other clinics, like any other clinics really, but if I understood correctly, they just treat people of certain age groups. So you know, it's in the name. Eldercare, take care of the seniors. Child healthcare, take care of the children. I think that's how it goes. But I placed them down because they look good. I want to take a look at everything that's new with the DLC. So this wasn't the plan when I first started building. This episode was actually supposed to be episode 17, and I was supposed to get this out before the launch of the new DLC. But stuff came up and I couldn't really do that, and you know, once the DLC came out, I wanted to go fishing instead in the game, so that's why I scrapped this for now, and I went ahead and built what was episode 17, which was the fishing harbor and, you know, the farm. It's a really cool looking build, and you should go check it out if you want. But yeah, that's what I did. I built this without the two buildings that I first mentioned, and then I sort of went back and I thought, well, okay, what could I do here so it makes, or what can I incorporate here from the DLC to make this area look a little bit more unique? And you know, that's why I came up with these two clinics to sort of show them off in an area where they could possibly show off, because this is a small town and it's not really much here. Well, we got the basics. We got a clinic, a normal clinic, and a clinic for we basically got clinics for everyone, which is great. We also got an elementary school, fire station, and I think one or two shops, and the rest are just residential. Now the reason why I built a small town in this area is mainly because they got an amazing view. I don't know if you've seen it, but they got a nice view over towards the swamps, towards Bournemouth, the school, and basically the entire ocean really as well, or not ocean, but the lake, or the body of water that we have on this map. They got a fantastic view. And it also got a fantastic view of the fishing harbor, which we built in the last episode. And of course the plenty of boats that we got running around in the waters here, the fishing boats. I can't wait to place down a few more of those, just to make this area look a bit more alive, because yeah, I said that in the last episode that I do like having these boats around, fishing boats, because they just bring out a bit more realism, and I think you think that as well. The first thing I did in this episode was to build a interchange or intersection, or some way you can get off the freeway. The thing was, I didn't really have a plan behind what I was doing, like I often do. I just sort of just started and thought to myself, you know, because I'm not really that good at making interchanges or intersections and all, I usually just tend to take stuff from the workshop. That's what I did with some interchanges near Boxall that I made probably like 5 episodes ago. But with this one, I just thought, you know, let's just go with it. This is take one step at a time, and in the end, I don't think it turned out too bad. It's definitely unique, and we don't have that much traffic, so it works The question is if it still works when we do get some traffic here, because on the other side of this town I thought we could have some sort of industry which will be cause a lot of traffic. So we might go back and change this, but for now it definitely works, and it's definitely unique and something you haven't really seen before, or I haven't seen before. But yeah, I might just leave the interchanges to the professionals really, and start once again looking at the workshop for some good design. But yeah, in the end this was enough. And what I wanted also to keep this very compact, because this is a very small area and it is a very small town, so we wouldn't need a huge stack interchange. So it got the basics and it works. And this road is actually sort of it's not the main road going through the region, so it's not a lot of cars driving here. The cars that do drive here are usually the ones who want to get here, not the kind of tourists that just spawn on one side of the map and just drive through it. They don't usually tend to take this road, they tend to take another one. Now this time lapse is very short, so it's already close to the end, but I should probably talk about this small town that we built as well. I wanted to have very nice buildings or very nice houses towards the edge, so you get a pretty nice view, but I didn't want too nice as well, because I didn't want this to be especially a rich area. And people who live here, they might be like somewhat rich, but there are I think it's a nice mix between wealthy and poor in this area. So further towards the or further away from the town core, you get you get basically worse and worse homes. They're smaller and they are more well, they're not as pretty as the other ones. So probably the prices when it comes to buying homes, they decrease the further you are away from let's say the clinic or something, which is around the area where the town center is. And then again, it's somewhat more expensive towards the edge where you get the nice view. So you have some nice houses, but they're not as nice as certain areas that I worked on before. And probably the nicest place to have a building is where the Eldercare center is, or the I'm thinking I'm going to call it a retirement home, because it sort of looks like it, and I think it sort of acts like it as well. So it's definitely a very nice area. The price for it's probably very much expensive, very expensive property. So I originally actually planned this to be just normal homes, but after the DLC came, I thought I should have something more unique in the spot, and that's why I went with the Eldercare center here. That turned out pretty great in my opinion. I used some pathways around it to make it stand out a little bit more, and I'm pretty pleased with the result. The time lapse is already over by now, so we should probably get into the live gameplay, which I already have recorded, but I still can't remember what I talked about. So yeah, this should be exciting. Alright, see you there. Alright, so we are back in the live portion of this video with the I want to say the retirement home. It's probably what it is, but it's called something else. And also the fishing harbor in the background. I am recording these two videos back to back, so I just for a few seconds ago completed the live gameplay recording of episode 17. So yeah, I haven't really gotten to, if you were to say anything in the comment section of the last video, so that's why I don't respond to them on screen. But yeah, if they are worth responding to. I have probably already responded to them. But yeah, I probably said this in the time lapse as well. I'm also recording this prior to the time lapse, but I also probably said that this was supposed to be episode 17, but I didn't finish it up before the new DLC, and it's quite good actually, because then I could plop down these 2 new buildings as well. I also turned down my dynamic resolution in this live gameplay, just to see if I get more FPS. But well, who knows? Who knows if that's actually working? But yeah, this is the small town. Let's take a look first at the interchange that I made. I don't think I made this path bridge in the time lapse, but it's actually working. And what I did is I placed down a pathway on beneath the road here as well, so they don't have to walk all the way up here. You can see they don't have to walk all the way up here to get to the other side of the road to then get back over here, so they can just run across the road here. Is it safe? No, but it works. The reason why is because in order to get here, you have to get on this side of the road, because they can't walk here, because it is technically it is a highway or a motorway or whatever you should call it. But I'm really happy with how this one turned out. It's a weird one, because I didn't really have anything in mind when I started working. I just placed down one road at a time, and it just evolved into this mess. But for now, it works. We're gonna see when I get more traffic here, but I think it should work pretty fine, because there's not really that much traffic in this area. It should be quite a lot over here. I'm not gonna spoil what's happening over here. Might be next episode, but I'm not gonna say anything. Should be a surprise. Maybe I already said what we're gonna build here? No. Perhaps. I don't know. But if you're going into this town, which doesn't have a name, so if you feel like coming up with a suggestion, then let me know. What we have is we got everything a small town needs. We got a clinic, a elementary school, basketball, arena, gas station, fire station, that's a crematorium I think, and a supermarket, marketplace, and just more houses. These 2 are new to the DLC. This is called a child health center, and this is called a Eldercare. So it's basically, that's a retirement home basically. This one I am a bit more unsure about. In my mind it kind of feels like a kindergarten, because you just have elementary school, and then you have high school and in university, and you don't have kindergarten. So I would probably assume, or in my mind, this would be a kindergarten, because we already have a clinic here, and it's not like your child aren't allowed to go in here. They have to go there. Everyone can go here. So yeah, I'm in my mind, this is actually a kindergarten, so we're gonna go with that one. And I really like how this looks. I especially like this one with the timber, or like planks, basically. We there's not too many of these kinds of assets. There's basically none. Most of them are like bricks or like concrete-ish, No one is, or very few, are looking like this. And an area like this, where there is a lot of forest, a lot of forestry, there would probably be most of these kinds of houses where they use those kinds of resources to build homes instead of bricks. But I really like this one, so I really hope there's more of these on the workshop with these kinds of walls. I haven't found that many, but I really like how this looks. Except those huge trees, of course. That is a pain in the a-hole. That is, yeah, it doesn't look too good. And you don't really see too much of the building. It hides away too much. I can download, what's it called? Prop It Up, which allows you to remove trees on assets, but I want to keep this series very low. I was about to say low maintenance, but very low on the asset and mods and asset count. So there's very few assets. There's more mods, I think, than assets, but yeah, I want to just keep the essentials, if that is possible. And I really like how this one looks. I like that they add more buildings that are different shapes than the growables, because growables can only get like 4x4 tiles or squares. This one is probably like 5 and 10. It's nice to have buildings that are like long and wide instead of just tall. So I like this one. Except the trees, of course, but you know, what are you gonna do? And I sort of went with the theme around this area with the red pathways. So yeah, I would like to die here, you know, of old age, of course, but yeah, not a bad place to die. Great view as well. The FPS is to be discussed, but got a view of the Piccolo swamps. You can see the Bournemouth College. As you know, if you want to know more about this region, there is a wiki page, Boulder Cove wiki, that is in the description. You can check it out. You can read what's been going on here, read the history about certain places. You can also add to the history by joining the Discord. We'll chat about those ideas there. I'm very happy if you are wanting to help me with this series. I'll build and you come up with the history behind it. That's a good deal in my opinion. Also, when it comes to houses that I have here, I didn't want like too fancy houses, like a few are, but when you get like further away from like the town center, the houses get smaller and it gets worse and worse in quality. So like you live here, yeah, you're fairly rich, but you're not the richest in the entire area or entire region. But yeah, this is a nice place if you have a little bit of money. So that's it. This is a short episode. I think the time lapse is very short, and I feel like this live gameplay is very short as well. I'm gonna finish it up, and next episode might be this, might be the airport, might just be whatever you want. But God, pardon the frame rate. Now let's go back to where we were, looking out of the nice looking fishing harbor that we have. As I already said, this is a nice place to die. But that's it for this episode. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and consider subscribing for more stuff like this. Join the Discord, join the wiki page, consider, if you like what I do and you feel like donating, then there's a Patreon. If you are interested, you don't have to, but it's there. I don't expect you to, but then again, it's there. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.
Been walking round in circles, wondering where to start.